You probably had no idea that almost every gardener that has ever tried to grow rosemary plants has lost at least one, sometimes a long sorry parade of them. And yet, on the dry, stony hillsides around the Mediterranean Sea, you will find rosemary plants that are 20, 50, even 200 years old, still flowering every spring on nothing but rain and rock. The plant was never the problem. Here's the truth nobody ever told you. Rosemary is a wildly forgiving plant that has been wonderfully misunderstood. Once you know just 7 small secrets, the same rosemary that died on your windowsill last winter can live in your garden for the next 30 years. Some of these secrets are so simple you will wonder why nobody ever mentioned them. So stay close, because the secret at number 2 is the one most gardeners have never been told. Back in 1972, a herb grower in Texas stumbled across a single rosemary plant that survived winters down to 10 degrees below zero, and what she did next changed everything. By the end of this video, you will know the one trick that makes your rosemary literally impossible to kill. Welcome back to the channel where we dig up the forgotten garden wisdom the modern world left behind. If you have ever lost a rosemary plant and felt your spirit sink a little, tap subscribe so you never miss another secret like this, and drop a comment telling me how many rosemaries you have loved and lost. Today, these 7 secrets are ranked from quietly essential to absolutely unbreakable. Number 7 is the secret that almost everyone underestimates. Give your rosemary at least 6 hours of direct sunlight a day, and ideally closer to 8. This single plant evolved on the bare, stony hillsides above the Mediterranean Sea, where the sun beats down for 10 hours on most summer days. It is not a shady forest plant, it is a sun worshiper to the very core. If you place a rosemary on a dim windowsill or under the shadow of a fence, it will grow pale, leggy, and damp with stems that look stretched and weak. It will be the first plant in your garden to rot in winter. So here is what you do. Outdoors, plant your rosemary in the brightest, sunniest, most exposed spot you have. Even better if it is against a south-facing wall or stone that holds the heat of the day into the evening. Picture a small gray-green plant beside a sun-baked stone wall in a Provence kitchen garden, with the late afternoon light turning every needle silver. Indoors, the brightest south-facing windowsill is your only real option. In the dim months of December and January in Northern Europe, the United Kingdom, Canada, and the Northern United States, you may need to add a simple little grow light to keep your plant strong. Most people get this secret wrong because they treat rosemary like an ordinary houseplant, tucking it on a cool, shady kitchen counter beside the herbs they bought together. But rosemary is not a parsley or a basil. It is a coastal Mediterranean shrub. Give it the brightest seat in your home, and you have already done half the job of keeping it alive. Generous sunlight is the most obvious secret. The next one is the most counterintuitive on this entire list, and it kills more rosemaries than almost anything else. Number 6 is the secret that runs against everything garden centers tell you. Stop fertilizing your rosemary. I mean it. Put the bottle of plant food down. Rosemary is not a tomato. It is not a leafy lettuce. It is not a hungry summer flower. Rosemary is a tough Mediterranean shrub that evolved on some of the poorest, rockiest, driest soils on Earth, between the limestone cracks of Crete, the gravelly slopes of Sicily, and the sandy hills of southern Spain. The richer the soil and the heavier the feeding, the unhappier rosemary becomes. Overfed plants grow soft, lanky, and weak. They lose the dense, aromatic, resinous oils that make rosemary so wonderful in the kitchen, and they become far more vulnerable to disease and to winter cold. So what should you do? The answer is gloriously simple. Do nothing. If your soil is reasonably alive and full of any natural matter at all, your rosemary will be perfectly happy without a single feed. If your potting mix is very poor and very old, the most you should ever do is 1 week liquid feed in early spring, and not another drop for the rest of the year. Picture an old rosemary growing out of a crack in a sun-warmed limestone wall on a Greek island, where no one has ever fed it, ever watered it, or ever fussed over it, and yet it has thrived for decades. Most people get this secret wrong because they cannot stop themselves from helping. They watch their rosemary look a little sad and they reach for the bottle when in fact the rosemary needs the opposite. It needs to be left alone. Less feed means stronger growth, deeper roots, and a far longer life. The next secret cures the single most common cause of rosemary death on the entire planet. Number 5 is the secret that will save more rosemaries than every other secret combined. Water deeply, but only when the plant truly needs it. Overwatering is, without question, the absolute #1 killer of rosemary plants in the entire world. More than cold, more than pests, more than mistakes with the soil, more than anything else. The roots drown in soggy ground, the plant rots from the very center of its stem, and the green needles turn dull and brown almost overnight. So here is how you water it properly. Forget the routine, ignore the calendar. Instead, push your finger 1 inch down into the soil. If it feels dry and crumbly, give the plant a generous, slow, deep drink until water runs freely out of the drainage hole at the bottom of the pot. If the soil feels even slightly damp, walk away and check again the next day, or the day after that. In the winter months, water far less, perhaps only once every 2 or 3 weeks. And remember, an established rosemary outdoors in a temperate climate may need no extra watering at all in a normal summer. Picture a single finger pressed gently into pale, dry soil, a clay pot with a deep drainage hole, and a slow stream of water running clean through the bottom. Most people get this secret wrong because they water by habit every morning along with their tomatoes and their geraniums. They mean well. They are killing the plant with kindness. Water by feel, not by clock, and your rosemary will thank you for the rest of its life. And here is a delightful little secret within the secret. Water is also the magic ingredient at #1, where it does something even better than keeping your rosemary alive. It makes your rosemary literally immortal. But first, the very ground your plant lives in. Number 4 is the secret that makes every other secret possible. Plant your rosemary in gritty, sharp, draining soil. Even the very best watering schedule in the world cannot save a rosemary planted in heavy garden clay or in dense, peaty-bagged compost. The water sits, the roots suffocate, the stem rots, and the whole plant collapses. So you have to give your rosemary the kind of soil it has always known. The rocky, gritty, fast-draining ground of the Mediterranean coast. Take whatever potting mix or garden soil you are starting with and stir in at least 1/3 of its volume in coarse builder's sand, fine gravel, perlite, or pumice. Whichever of these you have, you cannot go wrong. The result should look almost gritty in your hands, full of mineral specks, the kind of soil that water runs through in seconds, not minutes. Picture a hand pouring a small stream of fine gray gravel into a clean terracotta pot, the gritty mix glittering in afternoon light, the pot waiting to receive a small new rosemary cutting. If you are planting rosemary out in a garden bed that is heavy clay, the best thing you can do is plant it on a slight raised mound with the same gritty mix added to the soil all around the roots. Better still, grow it in a large terracotta pot, which lets the soil breathe through the clay walls and helps the moisture escape. Most people get this secret wrong because they trust the bag that says all-purpose potting mix on the front. Those mixes are made for thirsty annuals, not for a plant whose roots have always lived between stones. Get the soil right, and your rosemary will reward you for years. The next secret is the one that even experienced gardeners get badly wrong, and almost every older rosemary plant in the world has suffered from it at some point. Number 3 is the secret that even experienced gardeners get badly wrong: prune your rosemary wisely and never, ever cut into the old brown wood. Here is the strange and unforgiving rule of rosemary. Unlike most shrubs, rosemary will not regrow from bare brown wood. Once a stem has gone bare and woody and lost its green needles, it stays bare for the rest of the life of the plant. If you make the very common mistake of giving an older rosemary a hard, rejuvenating cut back the way you would prune a rose or a lavender, you will kill that branch outright and quite possibly the whole plant with it. So how should you prune? Always cut within the green leafy growth, never beyond it. Look carefully at any stem and you will see the line where the soft, fragrant green needles end and the bare brown stem begins. Stay above that line. The best time to prune is just after the plant has finished flowering in late spring or very early summer, or alternatively in early spring, before the new growth pushes. A light, regular trim every year keeps the plant bushy, young, and gloriously productive forever. Picture a worn pair of sharp scissors held just above the line where the green leafy growth meets the bare brown bark, with a small handful of fragrant trimmings collected in the other hand, ready to flavor the evening meal. Most people get this secret wrong because they wait until the plant is old and ragged and then try to cut it back hard, the way they were taught to prune everything else. With rosemary, you cannot rescue an old neglected plant with a hard prune. You can only keep a healthy plant bushy with regular light prunes. But here is the lovely truth about all those trimmings you are gathering. The cuttings you trim away are the entire foundation of secret number 1. Do not throw them on the compost heap. Save them. They are the beginning of something quietly extraordinary. But first, the secret most northern gardeners have never been told in their entire gardening lives. Number 2 is the secret that has been kept from northern gardeners for far too long. Choose a variety of rosemary that can actually survive your winter. The story behind this secret is one of the loveliest in the entire herb world. In the year 1972, an American herb grower named Madalene Hill, born in 1913, raised on a Texas rice farm, and known across the herb world as the Grand Dame of Herbs, was visiting cousins one Christmas in the small town of Arp, Texas. As she walked past an abandoned house, she noticed something extraordinary. A robust rosemary, completely covered in blue lavender flowers in the dead of winter, was growing happily out in front of the empty old house. It was unusual for any rosemary to be in full bloom in the cold of December. It was even more unusual for one to have survived years without any care at all. Madalene asked her cousins and neighbors who owned the house, but nobody knew. So she did the only sensible thing. She borrowed a knife, took several cuttings, carried them home, and rooted them. Over the next few years, she shared the cuttings with other herb growers, including a Virginia herbalist named Thomas DiBaggio, who began propagating the plant at his nursery. Cuttings were sent to the United States National Arboretum. The Arboretum was so impressed when the plant survived a winter of 10 degrees below zero Fahrenheit that they released it to the world under a brand new name. They called it Arp Rosemary, after the little Texas town where Madalene had found it. From Arp came another cold-tolerant variety called Madalene Hill, also known as Hill Hardy, hardy to roughly 0 degrees Fahrenheit. From the wider rosemary world came another cold-tolerant variety called Salem, which is more forgiving of damp Pacific Northwest winters. So here is what this means for you. If you garden in zones 5, 6, or 7, you do not need to give up on outdoor rosemary. You simply need to find the right variety. Ask any good nursery for Arp, for Madalene Hill, or for Salem. If you garden in warmer zones 8 through 11, you can choose more flavorful varieties like Tuscan Blue, Gorizia, or Spice Islands. Picture a row of identical-looking rosemary plants on a nursery bench with one small white tag among them reading the simple magical word ARP. Most gardeners get this secret wrong because they buy whatever unlabeled rosemary the garden center happens to have that week, and most of those are tender Mediterranean varieties that die at the first hard frost. The right variety is the foundation of every cold climate rosemary that has ever lived a long, happy life. And now, the secret that makes any rosemary in any climate truly immortal. Number 1 is the deepest secret of them all, the one that gives this entire video its title, the one that makes your rosemary truly immortal. Take cuttings every spring, and your rosemary can never really die, even if a freeze takes the parent, even if you forget to water for a month, even if a slug eats the main stem all the way to the ground. As long as you have rooted backups quietly waiting on a sunny windowsill, you have rosemary forever. One small plant becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes a hedge becomes a small lifetime supply freely given year after year, asking nothing of you in return. So how do you do it? Once a year, ideally in late spring after the plant has finished flowering, snip a few soft green, non-flowering shoots, each about 4 inches long, from the very tips of the plant. Strip the lower needles away with your fingers. Pop the cutting straight into a small glass jar of plain water on a bright, sunny windowsill, and within about 2 weeks, you will see fine white roots beginning to thread down beneath the surface of the water. Picture 3 or 4 bright green rosemary sprigs standing in a small glass jar on a sunlit window ledge, their pale white roots dangling in the clear water like tiny living threads. Once the roots are about 2 inches long, transplant each cutting into a small pot of that lovely gritty mix you already know about, and treat them exactly as you would a small parent plant. If you prefer to skip the water step entirely, you can push your cuttings directly into damp, gritty soil under a clear plastic dome, and they will root in the same gentle way. The deeper truth about this secret is genuinely beautiful. Each rosemary cutting is identical to the plant it came from. Every leaf, every bit of fragrance, every quirk of growth, all carried forward exactly. The rosemary you root from your very favorite plant is, in a real sense, the same plant continuing forever. The cutting you take this spring could be a great-great-grandchild of the very first rosemary you ever planted. 6 cuttings, 1 glass of water. A rosemary that never truly dies. That is not gardening. That is something far gentler, something far older, and something far more generous. That is quiet, beautiful immortality, given freely by the plant itself. So there they are. 7 secrets to growing rosemary that never dies, even if you forget about it for weeks on end. Generous sun, no fertilizer, deep but rare watering, sharp, draining, gritty soil, gentle pruning that never touches the old wood, the right variety for your climate, and a small glass of water full of cuttings on a sunny windowsill. That is the entire wisdom of 2,000 years of Mediterranean herb gardening, distilled into 7 small understandings you can put to work in your kitchen this very week. This is the inheritance every herb grower from Crete to Provence to Tuscany has always carried. The deep, patient, quietly forgiving wisdom of a plant that genuinely wants to live with you for the rest of your days. You do not need a green thumb. You do not need a Mediterranean climate. You do not need expensive supplies or fancy soil mixes. You just need one plant, one understood set of techniques, and a windowsill or a small patch of stony ground. So try the cutting trick this week, the one I gave you at number 1. Tell me in the comments how it goes for you and where in the world you are growing your rosemary. I read every single message. And subscribe, because next, we are uncovering the 7 secrets to growing lavender that thrives through every winter. The perfect companion plant to the rosemary you will never lose again. Until then, plant once, prune wisely, root a few cuttings, and let your rosemary feed you forever.